Hello, gamers! Today I'll be sharing my opinions on Crucible. Released several weeks ago, Crucible is Amazon's first foray into big budget games in a blatant attempt to grovel for that toony character MOBA-inspired team-based shmup money bullshit. Because we totally haven't seen loads of these before, right? I've been pretty excited for this game, mostly because Amazon's a corporate juggernaut gunning for world domination alongside Google and China. And Jeff Bezos has the fuck you money to make good games. I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed with the final product. It's directionless, kind of okay. You're like, just meh. If that noise was a game, that's Crucible. I'm not a big character shooter guy or MOBA guy, but the final product is pretty disappointing. Crucible tries to be too many different games all at once. So with 3 different game modes, Heart of the Hives, which is more of a MOBA style game mode, Alpha Hunters, which is a battle royale, you and one other player kind of team up and take on, and Harvester Command, which is more of an area control, conquest, classic kind of team deathmatch flavor game, on the same map as Heart of the Hives though. It's attempting to be sort of 3 games in one, and it doesn't do any of them terribly, but it doesn't do any of them well. So in terms of the MOBA game mode, which is the main game mode, it's a 4v4 MOBA style game mode where 4 players from each team are dropped into the map and they are tasked with leveling up and taking these things called hive. At certain points in the match, you'll get a notification that a hive is spawning in a certain amount of time, usually about 3 minutes. And the idea is that both teams are supposed to fight over that. And then when it spawns, you have to kill the hive and then take the hive heart, which is something that the hive drops. So the problem is, aside from those moments, there's no actual incentives for either team to fight. So you sort of end up with a directionless sort of quasi MOBA, but it's very lonely at its core, because no one is actually incentivized to fight aside from maybe 10 minutes total out of an almost hour-long 45-minute match. That's the only time people are incentivized to fight. There's no, because it's a wide open sort of flat map. There's not a lot going on. There's wide open spaces, so you spend a lot of time hunting monsters, but there's no competing over who gets to hunt the monsters. Like traditionally in a standard MOBA like League of Legends or Dota, you would see in a lane there's a limited amount of resources and you fight over those with the other team. You're forced to fight almost. Whereas in this, it's almost optional unless the hives spawn. And even at that, 2 hives can spawn at the same time and you might not even see the other team. And this is all assuming that your teammates understand what's going on. Because I played a number of matches where my teammates didn't have a clue in the world, but they were just wandering around, killing mobs, and just sort of navel gazing, while the other teams were really on their shit and just knocked us out in 20 minutes, which was nice because I didn't have to, wait a whole hour for the game to finish. And that even said, the combat is only okay. Like, as a shooter, it's like there's no oomph to what your characters are doing. You don't really feel it. There's no weightiness to the characters. They're kind of floaty. It's just bad. But it's just not good. It's a sort of generic hero shooter with MOBA influences. And I really feel like Amazon should have been able to make a better game. They should have been able to hire the right people and do it correctly. Just right now, folks, it's not worth wasting your time playing it. If the devs are able to kind of better define the purpose and direction of the game, I think there's some good bones there. The graphics are pretty. It's entertaining enough that it could become something, but until the game is updated and really finally polished, it's not worth playing. It feels a lot like a beta game right now. So that's all, folks. If you enjoyed this review, let me know what you'd like me to play next, and have a good one.